Welcome back to Arsenal News TV, and today we're going to do the instant match reaction of Hibernian 2, Arsenal 1, where Martin Boyle and Daniel Mikel scored for Hibernian and Emil Smith-Rowe scored for Arsenal. And the game ended up with Arsenal losing to Hibernian 2-1, and it was a poor start for Mikel Arteta's pre-friendly tournament, and it really shows a lot of weaknesses in this Arsenal squad and really shows how much we need to improve as a team, and we need a major summer transfer window overhaul. So we're going to look at the key moments in the game, and to be honest, from the first minutes there were some shaky moments at the beginning. There were some players that did come straight to my eye in the first 10 or 15 minutes. There was one chance where there was a good chance for Arsenal to score, but they didn't score in the end. And that was a common theme throughout the whole of the game, was that Arsenal had a lot of chances. There were lots of times where they hit the post. There was a lot of times where the goalkeeper made good saves. And there was a lot of times where Arsenal weren't clinical enough to get a good game and get a good victory. But it was very in clinical business from Arsenal, as they did have a lot of chances which they missed, and there were some chances at the first 15 or 20 minutes before Martin Boyle did score for Hibernian, and that was poor goalkeeping by Okonkwo. It was a poor pass from Cedric Soares, but if you're a goalkeeper, you should be able to work on your feet. You know how to take a touch on the ball. You should be able to control that ball, and that just gave me memories of how Arsenal are going to play into the next season, and really got me scared as an Arsenal fan. I was like, typical Arsenal once again. And you go into every full new season and you think there's going to be a massive change. Really nothing happens in the end, and it's just really sad watching Arsenal. And hopefully there's a big change in the summer transfer window, because if we're going to stick by Mikel Arteta and we're going to really think that we're going to have a good chance of trying to get back into the European places, I think we need a lot of players to be changed. Even though Arsenal did start off with a weak squad, the only formation change that Mikel Arteta made was that he tried out a 4-4-2 formation with aubameyang and Eddie Nketiah. Aubameyang did have a chance and Eddie Nketiah did have a chance, but both weren't clinical in my opinion. And then he went with two wide forwards in the form of Willian and Reiss Nelson. I thought Reiss Nelson had a decent game, the way he played, the way he composed with the ball. He had one chance where he took a step over, he took it to the right and took a shot. So there were some moments where I think that Arsenal did look good, but they conceded, and that was poor from Okonkwo. You got a new contract, you're meant to make a big impression, and you got Matt Macy on that side where he was pretty much the third choice goalkeeper at the club, and he's playing for Hibernian and he's making good saves. So it was embarrassing from Arthur Konkwu, but we will have to move forward because it's only a friendly. The only thing I can take the positive out of this game was the fact that it was a friendly and it wasn't a real game. It didn't matter anything, nothing mattered, but we lost our pride and dignity after losing that game. But then Mikel Arteta thought after half time there was chances here and there, but it was pretty much boring in my opinion. And then Arsenal made like so many substitutes. They've quite made a few substitutes. They made like 5 substitutes. They brought on Lacazette for aubameyang. They brought on Rakik for Clark. They brought on Pepe for Nelson. They brought on Smith-Rowe for Willian. They brought on Balogun for Eddie Nketiah. So they made 6 subs, including even Partey coming on for Ainsley Maitland-Niles. And I thought there was going to be a change. Oh, they even took off the goalkeeper as well at the moment as well, after Okonkwo was poor, and they brought on Carl Jacob Hein as well. But overall, they made the subs. I was thinking something positive to happen. They did have chances, they really did have some chances, and they brought in other players as well. Hector Bellerin came on, and Hector Bellerin's future at the club still remains uncertain. But for me, when it comes to my reaction of the game, it was awful by Mikel Arteta. We were seeing a team that is nowhere near our level. It's a pre-season friendly, yes, we know that, but you have to perform well. You have to beat these teams even at 50 or 40%, because that's why you're in the Premier League, that's why you're in the best league in English football. The players have to play like they're in the best league of English football. Yes, we know that the players don't put 110% in, but even if you're at the 50% or 60% of your game, or if you're of your technique or if your talents, you're still meant to at least get a victory. You're at least meant to make the Arsenal fans proud, but they didn't make us proud. We lost our pride, we lost our dignity, but the only positive is the fact that it was a pre-season friendly. Then Hibernian score again after a penalty miss from Nicolas Pepe. I thought Nicolas Pepe, when he came on, he had a good few chances. Balogun came on as well, he had a good few chances. But Nicolas Pepe missed that penalty, and that was poor from Mikel Arteta's Nicolas Pepe. He's someone that really looked like he was making an impact on the game. I did like the way he played. I think he was some of the few players that looked really good. But overall, they score in the end, and it was poor from Arsenal. The defending was poor. Omar Rakik, there was the same players, the same suspect players once again. Hector Bellerin, Mohamed El Neni not doing what they're meant to be doing. I thought Kolasinac was awful, and really understood how much of a big change we made from the level of Kolasinac to the level of Kieran Tierney, and I thought that was one of the best transfer businesses Arsenal have done, because Kolasinac was awful and his positioning was wrong. He just pretty much reminds me of Hector Bellerin, but on the left-hand side, and it was a poor game from Arsenal overall. I do feel bad for the Arsenal fans watching like me. And then Will Smith-Rowe comes in, and they did tease us all this time, showing that what number is he going to wear. Is it the number 10, number 8, number 18? But then he comes out with the number 32 shirt, and then that pretty much ruined Arsenal's wait for what shirt he's going to wear. I think that even might have angered a few Arsenal fans. The game enough was already angering Arsenal fans. Imagine the Saka trying to express that he has signed a new deal, he signed a new contract, he's got a new shirt number, but you don't show it and he wears the old shirt number, the 32. So that saga continues. I think they're trying to hype up stuff which are not important at the moment. For me at the moment, what we learned from this game is the fact that we need changes. We need massive changes. We said that we're going to be ruthless in the summer transfer window. We weren't ruthless in the summer transfer window. We only got one signing, and that's Nuno Tavares, and that's for a left-back cover. Not even someone that's going to be a starter, that's a left-back cover. I know this is not a moment for me to rant about because this is the friendly game, but what I saw from that game was just typical Arsenal. I saw how Arsenal ended the game, how Arsenal played the whole last season. They were awful, and that just continued. There was no change, there was no intensity, there was no pressure, there was no technique, there was no flair, there was no passion, there was no confidence in the squad. It was awful overall. But for Mikel says that this should show him that we need a massive summer transfer window. I don't know if that's £250 million spending spree is right or wrong, because some people are saying it's true, some people are saying it's false, but we need it, because we need it massively, because we need good players in that position. Aubameyang, we had top players playing at the game, and the second half we pretty much had like 80% was our first team players, and they looked awful altogether. We were against a poor side like Hibernian, we're losing. That's awful from Arsenal. Only positive again is the fact that it's a friendly, or if it was a real match, if this was Arsenal against the 20th place team in the Premier League, we will be getting bullied, we'll be getting slaughtered. But other than that, guys, remain blessed. Stay tuned for the next video, and peace.